We are live tonight. This is Mitchell Johnson from Russ Damhoff Court. Tonight we have your Sauk Valley Skyhawks versus the Carl Sandburg Chargers. Skyhawks and Chargers are both on a nice little run coming into this game. Skyhawks on a 3-win streak. Carl Sandburg is on a 4. A little bit of a change to the starting lineup that you'll see tonight from the Skyhawks. You have Elizabeth Lombardo starting at point guard tonight. Record for both teams, Skyhawks are 6-11, while Carl Sandburg is 13-6 off that missed three-pointer. Pass will go through the hands of Carl Sandburg and go back towards the Skyhawks. Chargers are setting up into a full court press. Maya West is going to dribble across half court here. But she'll turn over there, try and get a pass bounce. Down low is Shelby Veltrop. And I'm going to call travel right here, going back towards the Skyhawks. Good. There's a couple good matchups here tonight for Carl Sandburg. Veltrop sisters from the Skyhawks usually rack up the scoreboard with their height, but Carl Sandburg does have some matchups tonight as Elizabeth Lombardo gets a steal. Fast break opportunity. She'll pull up a layup, but that one's going to be off. Three-pointer here off transition. That one's going to be off. Fight for rebound. Karen Veltrop almost gets it but loses it, but she'll get a block and a rebound right there. Stagnant start for both teams on offense here. Skyhawks will try doing it over. We'll try to lob it over to Shelby Veltrop, but a little too far on that pass. It'll go out of bounds. That is something that might not be there tonight that the Skyhawks usually look for. Skyhawks are sticking in their 3-2 zone that they like to stay in. Seems like the Chargers have a way that they would like to break it. Almost worked there. They'll get a three-pointer here, and that one will ring in for the first points of the game. Harvest Day will dribble across half court here. And that's going to be tipped out there. That's a turnover for her. One-on-one fast break opportunity. That one's going to be off as Harvest Day pulls up the rebound. Tipped out of bounds. Still staying with the Skyhawks now. Maya West gets the inbound. Almost goes out of bounds here. She needs to pass it. Turnover Skyhawks, which is going to lead to an easy layup. No, that one's missed there. Skyhawks get across half court here. Elizabeth Lombardo passes it over the top to Shelby Veltrop. Chargers don't like that and call a timeout. Chargers coach is fired up right now. Probably the loudest I've seen this gym is just off the Chargers head coach here. Chargers and Skyhawks have both have two key players. Of course, for the Skyhawks, you have the Veltrop sisters, Shelby Veltrop, who averages almost 13 a game, and Cameron Veltrop, who averages 18 and a half a game. For Carl Sandburg, you have number 11, Antonia Kistler, who averages almost 17 a game, and Haley Redding, who averages about 14 and a half a game. We'll see if those numbers will stay consistent tonight. Sauk Valley switching up a little bit. They go into a 1-2-2 zone. Almost works there, but it's going to stay down low. Pass over the top. Thought about the three-pointer. She'll try to drive in, though. Fight for a loose ball. And it's going to be a jump ball call here down low. We'll stay down here again. Good hands by Karen Velchop, deflecting it back out of bounds here again. Another out of bounds play coming. That one's going to hit the top of the backboard. That's a turnover. Another over the top pass to Shelby Velchop. She'll get into her sister Cameron to take the lead now. Wide open three here off the driving kick. That one's just going to be off. Fight for a rebound. That'll be an offensive rebound there for the Chargers. Layup there, and she's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line for two. At the line will be number 11, Antonia Chrysler. That's the leading scorer for the Chargers usually. Her first free throw is good. Her second one will go off though. Offensive rebound though. Skyhawks back in a 3-2 zone with the Velchop sisters down low. Shelby Velchop gets a piece of it there, but they're going to get an offensive rebound. And they'll be able to get in for a nice little layup to retake the lead. Chargers are in a little 3-2 zone of themselves. Cross-court pass there, and there's going to be a foul there. Going to the line is going to be number 20, Gabby Abell. Gabby Abell's first free throw is good. Her second free throw is also good to tie the game back up at 6 apiece. And Maya West is going to come back in the game for the Skyhawks. Good ball moving here. They'll get it down low. Shelly Velchop will get her second block of the game there. Maya West gets it down to Shelby Velchop. She'll take a nice little post hook. That's going to be off. Harvest Day gets the offensive rebound, and her shot is going to be off on the putback. Chargers put up a nice little mid-range. That one's going to be off. Elizabeth Lombardo gets the rebound. She'll drive across half court and get it to Shelby Velchop, who tries to get it into Cameron, but it's going to be off there. One fast break opportunity leads to a foul. Going to the line will be number 12, Cameron Attenberg. Second free throw is going to go in to retake the lead. Almost a 5-second call there, but Elizabeth Lombardo will get an inbounds pass and take it across half court. Bill can get it down low to one of the Veltrop sisters. They'll try and pass it down low. That one's going to be picked off. Wasn't quite there. They'll fire an early three. That's going to be off. Elizabeth Lombardo fights for a ball and ends up in the hands of Harvest Day. Harvest will fire a three, and that one's going to be off for her. Carl Sandberg will fire another early three, and that one's going to be short. Maya West is going to try to dribble it in. She'll get down low. Shelby Velchop, who will hit a shot with two defenders over her. Carl Sandberg tries to drive in, but Caitlin Velchop gets another block. That's her third block of the night so far. Harvest Day is going to drive in, and she's going to get fouled. Nope, they're going to call travel on her. Skyhawks get away with a little bit of lax defense there. No one really paying attention. Carl Sandberg puts up a three. That one's going to be off. Maya West pulls in the rebound. It's a turnover by Maya West. 2-on-1 fast break opportunity. That one's going to be off. Shelby Velchop pulls in the rebound. Elizabeth Lombardo lines up a three, and that one's going to bake in for her. She's been one of the main three-point shooters here for the Skyhawks so far since she's been getting some playing time. That's her first one of the night. She hit two the other night here at Russ Dam Half Court as Carl Sandberg tries to fire a three off, but that one's going to be off. Shelby Velchop loses the ball there, and it's going to be an easy layup here for the Chargers. That one's going to be off for them. That's two easy layups now. Oh, that's been missed for the Chargers. This game should be tied, but it's 11-7 with Skyhawks in a 4-point lead. Get down low, Shelby Velchop. Her shot's going to be off. A little too short on that one. 3-on-1 fast break, and they're going to call a foul here again. Chargers go back to the line for some free throws. At the line is number 10, Tiara Hall. Coming in for the Skyhawks is number 33, Chloe Slock, and number 10, Jess Johns. First free throw is good. Second one's also good, bringing the lead back down to 2. And Skyhawks going to call a timeout here. So far in the game, about 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Skyhawks are up by 2. It's been an overall team effort from the Skyhawks so far. 3 from Elizabeth Lombardo, 4 points for Shelby Velchop, and a couple points for Harvest Day herself. For Carl Sandberg, however, they've been firing up threes. Most of their points have come off of free throws so far. 7 of them have, to be exact. Skyhawks are looking to be in a bit of foul trouble early on here, with Caitlin Velchop having 2 and Shelby Velchop having 1. not something you want to see usually if you're the Skyhawks. We'll see if they're able to manage their fouls going throughout the game. Ball's going to go out of bounds here off the legs of Carl Sandberg. They'll get it into Harvest Day. 20 seconds on the shot clock. They got plenty of time. Skyhawks running through their set. Good defense here by the Chargers. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 4 seconds. They'll try to get in down low to Cameron Velchuk, but that's going to be tipped off. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Gotta fire a quick shot off the inbounds here. They'll get into Cameron Velchuk. Her shot's going to be off, though, a little bit to the right. Quick three from Carl Sandberg. That's going to be off. Jess Johns fights for a rebound, and that's going to go the other way, though, towards the Skyhawks as it goes out of bounds. They're going to call a travel here on Jess Johns. Got a little tied up. Chargers fire three, and that's going to be off to the right. No good. Another turnover here by Skyhawks. Nope, Harvest Day pulls it in. They got 4 seconds to get across half court. They just get across half court. 1 second left. And that would have been a 10-second call. Maya West is going to drive in, and that'll be an easy layup for her. Another three here that the Chargers are going to fire. That one's going to be off, air ball. But it's going to be an offensive rebound for an easy putback. Maya West takes it across half court. Harvest Day is going to drive in, pull up a nice little floater, and that one's going to be off to the right a little bit. 20 seconds left in the corner. They can hold for the last shot. They think about the three. They'll get a nice little short corner shot, and that one's going to be off. 6 seconds left. They got to hurry if they want to get a shot off. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. She'll try to put up a heave, but it'll get tipped off the coverage. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. It is now tied up going into the second quarter, 13-13. Leading scorer for the game so far is number 11 from Carl Sandberg, Antonia Kistler. She's at 5 points for the game. She averages, again, almost 17. start with Sauk Valley to start the second quarter. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds, and they're going to say that's off the Skyhawks, going back towards the Chargers. Good three here for Carl Sandberg. That one's going to be off. Maya West will pull in the rebound, but it's going to go out of bounds. They'll get another chance down here for the Chargers. Chargers get it down low. Shot's going to be blocked by Shelby Velchop. That's her third block of the night now. Both her and Cameron have three. Harvest Day's going to drive in, and she'll go in for lab and get fouled in the action of shooting. She'll go to the line for two now. Second set of free throws coming tonight for the Skyhawks. Harvest Day usually a good free throw shooter, knock on wood. I guess I should have knocked a little bit harder. Her first free throw is off. Second free throw is also off. Guess I really should have knocked harder for her. Fast break opportunity here. They'll get three out of it. Early shot. That one's barely just going to go out. Another offensive rebound, though. Shot goes up, and that one's going to be off as a little bit. Lombardo pulls in the rebound. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. It'll stay down here, though, as the Skyhawks will get it. Skyhawks do have a slight height advantage still in this game, but are giving up a load of offensive rebounds that will need to stop if they want to get back in the lead. Carl Sandberg has way too many second chance opportunities, sometimes third or fourth chances. Maya West puts up a wild shot. Cameron Velchop almost gets the rebound. Good steal there by Shelly Velchop as Cameron tries to fire her way through. Shelly Velchop gets another offensive rebound, and a jump ball is going to be called down low. It's going to be Chargers ball now. Skyhawks with a little lax defense there. That one's going to be off. Harvest Day gets the rebound. Well, almost would have been another offensive rebound for the Chargers. Maya West is going to drive in. She picks up the ball down low. Harvest Day now drives, thinks about it, gets it down to Cameron Velchop, who gets a nice little easy layup. Skyhawks go back up by two now. That three is going to ring in now for the Chargers. Now they're up by one. Nice response to Cameron Velchop's layup down low. Skyhawks still looking to get down low. Shelby Velchop gets it. She tries to go in, and she'll get fouled down low. She'll go to the line for two now. Shelby's first free throw is off. Second one is off for her. Not something you usually see from her either. Skyhawks are usually a very solid free throw shooting team. Chargers look to get it down low. Drive and kick here. That'll be a two if it goes in. Melissa Lombardo takes her across half court here without any contention. Harvest Day drives in. That one's going to be off. Cameron Velchop gets the offensive rebound, gets it again off her miss, and she'll hit that one and go in. Floater there from Carl Sandberg, and that hits now. They're starting to heat up a little bit now. Lead is up to 3. They look to get it down low, but Carl Sandberg predicts it and sneaks in and gets the steal. Chargers get another shot, and that won't ring in. That's a 2 again. Carl Sandberg is down the run. Lead is 5, biggest lead of the game for both teams. Cameron Velchop gets it down low and is going to get fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. Cameron's first free throw is good. Her second free throw is good. She has only missed 2 free throws this year at home. She is an incredible free throw shooter that has been for the past couple of years during her high school career too. Chargers get back in the middle. It's going to be deflected, but it'll stay down there with them. Jess Johns comes back in for Cameron Velchop, give her a quick break. Chargers fire a quick 3. That one's going to be off. Fight for a rebound. Shelby Velchop ends up with it. Skyhawks getting in, still in their set. They're still looking to get it down low to Shelby Velchop. Osman Barr looks for it. She fires a layup, and that one's going to hit. That's her second score of the game. She's now up to 5. Lead is back down to 1 with just under 6 minutes left to go in the half. Good deflection there from Lombardo as it goes out of bounds. Almost came up with the steal, but it was going to go out of bounds and stay down here with the Chargers. Lombardo has been getting significant minutes now these past couple games and has been a key player for the Skyhawks so far tonight and in their last home game. That one's going to be tipped. Jess Johns almost ended up with it, but Carl Sandberg is going to move the ball around there, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Good defense there by the Skyhawks to force the turnover. If the Chargers had one more second there, that would have been 2 points for them. Maya West gets her across half court. She'll drive in and get another nice little layup, and she'll retake the lead for the Skyhawks as Carl Sandberg calls a timeout now. Score is 23-22, a little over 5 minutes left to go in the first half. It's been a very good team effort from both teams so far. Skyhawks have multiple players with 5, 4, 4, and 5, and have been monsters on the defensive end down low with Shelby Velchop and Cameron Velchop both having 3 blocks apiece. So far for the Chargers, it's been all 3-pointers and free throws so far. They've been very good at drawing fouls tonight and been able to knock them down at the line, and have been very good off the long 2s and 3-pointers so far, which they have definitely been searching for and has been working to break this zone from the Skyhawks. Skyhawks stick into their zone. Carl Sandberg gets a 3 out of it. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be an offensive rebound there for them. Nice little driving kick, but that's going to be picked off by Harvest Day. Good steal and hands from her. They'll get down low. Shelby Velchop. She'll pull up a nice little post hook, and that one's going to be off. Good transition defense. Carl Sandberg still gets a 3 out of it, and that's going to be off. And that's going to be a wild pass. One-on-one opportunity here. Harvest Day will go in and get the easy layup. Good finish by her over a little bit of a taller defender. Skyhawks now up by 3. Chargers, good ball movement here. A little bit of a wild layup that goes over, almost went over the backboard there, but it's going to be pulled back in by Jess Johns. Alyssa Lombardo drives in, and they're going to say she stepped out of bounds. That was almost an open 3 for the Skyhawks to Maya West, but it was Lombardo one step too late, stepped out of bounds. Good ball moving here by the Chargers. They try to put up a floater, but Jess Johns gets a block. A little bit of a wild pass by old B. Rained in. Another 3 here for the Chargers. That one's off. Another offensive rebound, however. Skyhawks have been getting killed so far in the offensive glass. Mid-range there from the short corner. That one's going to be off, and another offensive rebound. Drive in, kick out. Another 3 here. And that one's going to be off as Skyhawks finally pulling the rebound. They have been letting way too many offensive rebounds happen tonight. And they're going to say it's going to stay down here off the sky. Off Carl Sandberg. But as I was saying, Skyhawks have been letting way too many offensive rebounds tonight. Oh, call is overturned. They're going to say it's off the Skyhawks here. But that was 3 offensive rebounds in a row there for the Chargers. They are a very good three-point shooting team, and that is how they have gotten pretty much all their wins so far this season. If the Skyhawks want to keep this lead, they cannot be letting the easy rebounds come in. As Maya West misses her free throw there, Harvest Day gets the offensive rebound, drives in, does a nice little turnaround. That's going to be off. It's going to stay out here at the Skyhawks, though. Subs come back in. Now you have all the starters back in for the Skyhawks. There's about 2.5 minutes left to go in the half. They'll get down low. Cameron Velchop for an easy layup. Good ball movement here by the Chargers. They fire a 3. That one's going to be off. That's going to be a wild pass, but it's going to be an over the back there. Skyhawks gave up a wide open 3. They're lucky it didn't go in, but they've been letting them shoot that all night so far. And so far it is working. They are up by 5 still. Good ball movement here as the Skyhawks get into their set. Elizabeth Lombardo fires up a 3. And that one's going to rattle in for her. A little bit of shooter's touch off of there as Carl Sandberg calls another timeout. Elizabeth Lombardo is now up to 8 points of the game. That's a season high for her so far. About 2 minutes left to go in the half. Skyhawks now up by 8. That's the largest lead of the game so far for both teams. They'll try to get in down low, but they're going to call a foul here on Shelby Veltrop. Say she pushed her in the back a little bit too much. That's going to be Shelby's second foul of the game so far. Good defense so far by the Skyhawks. Carl Sandberg fires a 3, and that one's going to be tipped by Kaylin Veltrop. Make that her 5th block of the night. Good footwork down low to possibly give the Chargers the layup, but that one's going to be off. Go get it down low, Shelby Veltrop, and her shot is going to roll in. Lead is now up to 10. Carl Sandberg fires another 3, and that one's going to be off. They have lived and died by a 3 so far this season, and so far tonight they are dying by it. Good pass by Elizabeth Lombardo. As Gabby Bell gets it down with Cameron Veltrop, lead now up to 12, with a minute left to go in the half. Another 3 here. That one's going to be off, and they're going to call a foul here. Didn't let her land. She'll go line for 3. At the line is Haley Redding. She's the second leading scorer of the season for the Chargers so far. With that free throw, that'll make 6 points on the night for her. Second free throw is good for her. Make that 7 on the night. Her third free throw goes in. She's perfect from the line so far tonight. Skyhawks cannot hold for the last shot. If they want to fire something quick, they could get a shot at the end of the half, and they will. That 3 from Harvest Day is going to go in. They will get an opportunity with about 7 or 8 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. After that missed layup from Haley Redding, they can hold for the last shot for the half if they want to. Harvest Day is going to fire it, and that one's going to be way short. 2-on-4 fast break opportunity. Wild layup. Harvest Day pulls in the rebound. They'll get a shot off. Elizabeth Lamar with the wide open 3. And that one's going to be off, though. But that's a good way to end the first half so far for the Skyhawks. They're now up by 12. It was a back and forth game until this nice little run by them. That is a 10-2 run from the Skyhawks going into half. So far, the leading scorer of the game is number 12 from the Skyhawks, Cameron Veltrop, with several Skyhawks players right behind her, though. Elizabeth Lombardo has 8. Shelby Veltrop has 6. For Carl Sandberg, leading scorer so far is number 8. Or, sorry, number 15, Haley Redding, and she has 8. We're going to take a quick break during halftime, and we'll be back later. This is Mitchell Johnson back live with the second half of the Skyhawks Chargers game. So far, the Skyhawks are up by 12. Been a very all-around game for the Skyhawks. Hitting a couple threes, hitting a lot of layups down low. Good defense on the end. Elizabeth Lombardo thinks about a three. She'll take a nice little short corner shot as that one goes in. That makes 10 points that night for her. That one's going to be deflected out of bounds by Cameron Beltrop. Carl Sandberg's going to get a three. That one's off a little bit too far to the left. They'll get an offensive rebound though. They're going to get an easy layup down on. That one's going to be off. Another easy layup missed by them. That three's going to be off for the Chargers. Cameron Belchop pulls in the rebound. Elizabeth Lombardo thinks about the three, but is going to pass up on it. Maya West drives in, tries to get it to Shelby Belchop, it looks like. And that one's going to be off. A foul called here on the Harvest Day on that reach-in as Skyhawks set back up into their 3-2 zone that they've been liking so far this season. So far, the leading scorer of the game is still Cameron Belchop. She has 12, but Elizabeth Lombardo is right behind her at 10. Both have been key players tonight for the Skyhawks as Elizabeth gets a steal there off the feet of a Charger. But both Elizabeth Lombardo and Cameron Belchop have easily been the two best players on the court tonight. Again, Cameron Belchop has 12 points, and she has almost 5 blocks. Or she does have 5 blocks, and Elizabeth Lombardo has 10, but has 3 steals. They have been both defensive factors and offensive factors tonight. Chargers get a 3 here off the transition. That one's going to be off as Shelby Belchop pulls in the rebound. A little bit of Skyhawks offense looks a little stalled. Also, Lombardo fires a 3. That one's going to be off to the right a little bit. Fast break opportunity here, 3-on-2. Chargers will drive in, get a nice little layup, bring the lead back down to 12. Skyhawks get a missed opportunity there. Layup gets blocked from Shelby Belchop, but they can't get their hands on the offensive rebound as all 3 of the Charger defenders stumble past them. That one's going to be off the feet of Gabby Bell. It's going to stay out here, though, with the kickball call. A little bit of a wild layup there, and there's going to be a late foul call down low. Going to go on Shelby Belchop, I believe. That'll be her 3rd foul of the game. Jess Johns will come in for Shelby Belchop to try to keep her out of foul trouble, as that was her 3rd foul of the game, and she is, again, one of the key players for the Skyhawks. Both free throws are good, bring the lead back down to 10. Chargers on a nice little run to start this first half. Another turnover there potentially. And it is for the Skyhawks. Lob there, and there's going to be another three-pointer fired, and that one's hit again as coach for the Skyhawks calls a timeout. Huge run by Carl Sandberg to start this second half. Keep in mind, going into halftime, the score was 37-22. Score is now 39-32. That is a 10-0 or 10-2 run for Carl Sandberg. Good run there. Sorry, second half again for the Chargers. In the first half, they lived and died by a three. And first half, they died by it. But so far, in the second half here, they are living by it. They've made two of them so far. Another turnover here off the inbounds pass. They'll fire another three here. And that one's going to be just off. Fight for the offensive rebound. Harvest Day pulls it in, though. Let's see if the Skyhawks can put a stop to this run. Good ball movement here by Skyhawks. Maya West drives past and gets swatted down low. Fast break opportunity. And another layup here for Carl Sandberg. Lee is back down to 5. It was at double digits just a minute and a half ago. And there's going to be a foul called here. Slap on the wrist. Skyhawks during this second half have just looked completely stunned so far. Maya West is going to try to drive in again. Skyhawks getting into their set. Harvest Day tries to get it down low. They came in Veltop, and that's going to be deflected off. And they're going to say it stays down with the Skyhawks. Four seconds on the shot clock, though. They're going to have to put up something fast if they want to score. They got to get the ball in. That's going to be another turnover for them. Fast break opportunity here again. That layup's going to be off. And it's going to be go out of bounds, go back towards the Skyhawks now. Skyhawks turning up the defensive pressure a little bit, but it's still very stagnant on offense, as this might be another turnover for the Skyhawks, and it is. Carl Sandberg fires a three, and that one's going to be off. Almost another turnover there for the Skyhawks, but Carl Sandberg isn't able to quite get their hands on it there. Another inbounds from the very deep corner. It's going to be deflected out of bounds again. West gets the inbounds pass. Carl Sandberg has definitely turned up the defensive pressure here in the second half. That is definitely a point of emphasis that was talked about in the locker room. Also, Lamar is able to slip in a pass there. Cameron Velchop. That was almost picked off by every defender that it went through. But Cameron Velchop is going to be able to get a layup down low. Lombardo almost gets a steal here. Fight for the ball on the ground, but Carl Sandberg comes back up with it. Fight for a rebound, but it's going to end up back up in the hands of the Skyhawks. Almost a nice layup there under contact for Carl Sandberg, but that's going to be off. Maya West drives in, puts up a floater. That's going to be off. Cameron Velchop gets the rebound. Nice footwork by her to go in and get a layup. Skyhawks are now starting to respond to that run by Carl Sandberg. Chargers slowing the game back down. Foul's going to be called here on Harvest Day, it looks like. Or sorry, it's going to be called on Maya West. That's going to be her first foul of the game. They're going to call a push on her. A couple subs come in for the Chargers. Pass out to the corner. Good ball movement here. Drive. She'll take a nice little floater. That's going to be off. Fight for a rebound. They're going to call a foul here as Harvest Day got hit from both sides trying to fight for the rebound. Skyhawks not paying attention. Almost get a 5-second call off the inbounds. It's going to be tipping out of bounds. Skyhawks have been struggling so far in this third quarter with that full court press that has been going on so far. They almost get it through there, but pass was just a little bit too far. They'll fire a three to Chargers. That one's going to be off. Fight for a rebound, and they'll pick it back up for a second chance. Swing pass, they'll fire another three, and that one's going to rattle in. They are on fire now. Chargers bring the lead back down to 6. Harvest Day is going to drive in. She tries to put up a floater. Foul isn't called. Jess Johns almost gets the offensive rebound. Fast break opportunity, but it's going to be off. Harvest Day gets a nice steal down low. That was almost an easy 2 points for the Chargers, but Skyhawks resetting back into their set. They'll pass around. They look to get it down low to Cameron Velchop. They're not going to be able to get it through though. 7 seconds on a shot clock. They got to get something off. Jess Johns gets it down low. She'll drive in and try a nice little hook shot, and that's going to be send her to the line for 2 now. John's first free throw is off. John's second free throw is off. That's going to be a long 2. That's going to be an air ball. Cameron Velchop isn't able to get her hands on it though. And they're going to call a foul on the floor on Cameron Velchop. Shelby Velchop's going to come back in the game now. Pass to the corner, drive. Mid-range is off, but no one there is under the basket for the Skyhawks to get the rebound. Another easy missed layup here for the Chargers. If they would have hit all their wide open layups so far today, they'd be in the lead by a decent margin now. Get trapped down low, but Skyhawks are going to call a timeout here to prevent the turnover. Lead is still at 6, but just above 2.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Skyhawks have slowly put a stop to this Chargers run, but Chargers are still on fire on the offensive end and on the offensive glass. That has been the one thing that has been redeeming the Chargers so far tonight, is their work on the offensive glass has been nothing like the Skyhawks have seen so far. There has been several possessions where the Chargers have got third or fourth chances just off the offensive rebounds. As you saw there, they almost got a wide open layup, but it was just rolled in and out to prevent the easy 2 points for them. Harvest Day gets the inbounds pass. Thought about going for a transition bucket, but that's good defense by Carl Sandberg on transition. Besides leaving Shelby Velchop wide open down low. Good find by Elizabeth Lombardo there. Good ball moving here. And they're going to call a foul down low there. Skyhawk bench wants to travel off of that. Say she took one too many steps. First free throw is going to be off. Second free throw is going to be off as Cameron Velchop gets the rebound. Chargers have transitioned to a full court man style defense now. Cameron Velchop gets the ball down low as Shelby Velchop spots it. That's going to be off. Wild layup there. Offensive rebound. Good defense by Shelby Velchop, stopping the 2-on-1 fast break. Good pass there from Harvest Day to get out of that trap down low. Elizabeth Lombardo's going to drive in, put up a layup, and that one's going to be just off. Shelby Velchop gets it down low, is going to get fouled. She'll go back to the line for 2 now. Skyhawks slowly starting to pull away again. Shelby's first free throw was off. She's 0 for 3 from the line side. That's something you never see from her usually. Her fourth free throw tonight is also off now. Karen Velchop gets the offensive rebound though. Harvest Day gets left wide open for her 3, and that's off. Shelby Velchop gets another offensive rebound over the back and gets it down low to Cameron Velchop, who puts it in now. Cameron Velchop is now at 18 for the night, passing her average. That layup's going to be off as Shelby Velchop gets the offensive rebound laying on the floor, but since she rolled, that's going to be a travel call on her. It's going to be a 3 here from Carl Sandberg. That's going to be off. Good hustle there, and it's going to be a jump ball called down low. Good ball moving here by the Chargers. They'll drive in here and get a layup. Lead is at 8 now. Harvest Day takes their cross half court. They get down low. Cameron Velchop. She takes 1 pound dribble and gets that 3-point opportunity here. And one for Cameron Velchop. That puts her at 20 points for a night. And that is not the person you want to foul here either if you are the Chargers. Cameron Velchop's free throw is good to continue her very well free throw shooting streak. Lead is back up to 11 now, back in double digits, as the Skyhawks have got a nice little run for themselves now to slowly pull away. .20 seconds left on the game clock for the third quarter. They can't hold for a last shot. They are playing aggressive though. Elizabeth Lombardo lines up an open three. That one's going to be off. 5 seconds on a shot. Chargers got to throw something up fast. They'll get a three-pointer here. And that one's going to rain in for them. Good shot by the Chargers there. Bring the lead back down to single digits. 8-point lead now for the Skyhawks instead of the 11-point lead it would have been going to the fourth quarter. Score is now 50-42. Skyhawks are up by 8. That third quarter went all over the place for both teams. Chargers start off on a 10-2 run to bring the lead back down to 5, but Cameron Velchop had a little bit of a master class there. She had 10 points that quarter and 2 blocks as well to regain a dominant lead there for the Skyhawks. Skyhawks start with the ball to start with this fourth quarter to end the game. Almost a 5-second call here as they get into Harvest Day. Chargers are staying in their man-styled offense. Good steal there from them. Almost a travel there, but she's able to hold on to it. Little scoop play up there is off. Cameron Velchop gets the rebound. Harvest Day dribbling, trying to get her teammates into motion. They're looking down low towards Shelby Velchop, who has a significant height advantage right now on her defender. Harvest Day puts up a nice little spin hook. Shelby Velchop is hounded down low while she tries to get the offensive rebound. Wild layup there is off. Skyhawks are slowing the pace back down. Time is on their side as they're up by 8. Still looking down low. Elizabeth Lombardo drives in. They get it down to Cameron Velchop for a nice little easy layup. Complete lapse of defense there by the Chargers. Lee is back to 10. Had a wide open three there, but passed it up. She takes the wide open three now, though, and that's going to be off. Harvest Day drives in, gets to the Shelly Velchop on the block, and she hits a nice little shot there. Lead is up to 12 now. That is now 3 Skyhawk in double digits now for points. 3 there from Carl Sandberg goes in, but Skyhawks have 3 people in double digits now, with that being Cameron Velchop, Shelby Velchop, and Elizabeth Lombardo. Good ball moving here by Carl Sandberg. They put up a mid-range. That's going to be short. Cameron Velchop fights for position down low. That pass is going to be off from Shelby Velchop, though. Isn't quite able to get into the hands or chest of her sister Cameron. 3 here from the Chargers. That one's off. Looks like Lamaro tries to take it for herself. They're going to call a foul here, though. They try again down low. Cameron Velchop. Harvest Day gets the rebound though, or ball off to the deflected pass. Cameron Velchop gets it though from her and is able to put in a nice layup. Lead back up to double digits now with about 6 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. Nice little Euro step there for the Chargers. Harvest Day attacks after the request from her coach. That layup is just off though. Could have been a wide open layup from her. It's going to be a timeout here. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. So far, Skyhawks have been able to hold on from this nice little run again from the Chargers. They have hit a couple threes now this quarter, but the Skyhawks have been able to respond just as fast back. Lead is at 9 now, with about 6.5 minutes left to go in the game. Chargers get the ball out of the timeout. They look, nice little pass and kick in there. Mid-range there. Fight for rebound. Shelby Velchop comes back up with it. Maya West takes it back across half court. They get it down low to Cameron Velchop, who bounces it off her knee. They're going to say it stays down there with the Skyhawks, though. They get a break with that one. Skyhawks get into Maya in the corner. She'll take it back out. They're starting double down low on Cameron Velchop. There it comes. And that's not enough to stop her as she hits another and one and another three-point play opportunity. She is now at 27 for a night. If she hits this free throw, 28. They have not been able to stop her here in this second half, even with the double team that they just sent down low. Her free throw there is good. That puts her at 28. And she also has 9 rebounds. She is on track for a double-double now. They're going to call a foul there on Shelby Veltrop. Or sorry, Gabby Abell. When I say she slapped her on the arm. This is going to set number 11 for the Chargers. Antonia Kistler back to the line. She's the leading scorer for them again this season. She has 15 on the night, and she averages about 17. Her first free throw is good there to put her up to 16. Second free throw is good, so she's at her average for a game. Karen Velchop gets hound down low, but is able to get to Maya West, so will take her cross half court. She'll pull up a midi. Karen Velchop fights for a rebound and gets out to Gabby Abell. Cameron's calling for it again down low. Maya West puts up a three, and that one's just going to be off. That one rolls in and out. That layup's going to be off. Shelby pulls it in. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the game. Lead is still 10 towards the Skyhawks. Plenty of time on the clock for the Chargers to claw their way back into this game. They're looking to get it down low to Shelby, and they barely get the pass by. She gets it to her sister Cameron, and she puts it in. Cameron Velchop is now at 30 points. She has half the Skyhawks points so far in this game, and a little over half of them have come from just this third and fourth quarter. That's going to be a block by Shelby there. Cameron Velchop gets a rebound now, and that's going to make a double-double for her. She is now a 30-point, 10-rebound night, and she has 6 blocks to her name as well. A little confusion now. Pass is tipped, and it's going to go towards the Chargers. Chargers get it inbounds. They'll fire a three here, long distance, and the bank is open for her as she hits a three. They'll get it to Harvest Day, who'll slow it down and take her across half court. Smart decision by her as they're still up by 9. Shelby Velchop telling Maya West not to get it to her down low. As she knew the double was coming, Maya West turns it over, trying to get to Cameron Velchop. They leave her wide open for three. That's going to be off. Fight for a rebound. Good hustle there from the Chargers to almost get an offensive rebound. They'll get a jump ball out of it and get the ball down low here. Just under 3.5 minutes left in the game. They have plenty of time to come back. They're only down by 9. Couple of threes, and they're back in this game. One of them might be here. Never mind, that one is way over on an air ball as Cameron Velchop gets another rebound. They'll get it down low to Shelby Velchop, and she'll get a nice little go-ahead layup there. Coming back into the game in a second is those Elizabeth Lombardo. She's one of the main defensive factors here at the guard position. Obviously, Cameron and Shelby Velchop hold it down low as that ball hits the backboard. But Elizabeth Lombardo has been the main defensive factor out here on the wing, as well as Harvest Day, as they both have several steals on the night. almost a 5-second call or a 10-second call here down low. They got 2 seconds here across half court, and Cameron realizes that, and she just gets her across half court. Good ball control here from the Skyhawks center with about 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Six seconds on the shot clock. Shelby gets it down low. She puts up a post hook, and that one's going to be off. Good fight from Harvest Day down low to get a jump ball, and they're going to get a second chance here down low off of that hustle. They'll get it back to Shelby Velchop down low. They'll pass it back down to her again. She tries to pull up a hook, and that's going to get swatted right back into her face as Carl Sandbrook drives back down to the other end. That's going to be a double dribble there. Going to go back towards the Skyhawks. Costly turnover here for the Chargers as the clock ticks back down just under 2 minutes. Lead is back at double digits. It's at 11. Skyhawks in the lead. A little bit of a wild pass here. And that's going to be a push down low. Not called by the referees. That is a blatant miscall down there as Harvest Day got shoved to the floor. Foul call down low now. Chargers get a chance to bring the lead back within 7 now. First free throw is good. Second free throw is off. They'll get an offensive rebound though. Shelby Velchop can't get her hands on it. Mid-range is off. They'll get another offensive rebound. That's off as Shelby Velchop finally gets her hands on it. We're going to call a foul here as Elizabeth Lombardo tried to take off with it. I still can't believe that foul was not called. They pushed Harvest Day to the floor, and there was a no call there. Skyhawk bench was furious off of that. They'll try to trap her here. And that's going to be off, and they're going to call another foul here. They're going to send Shelby Velchop to the line for 2. She has been cold all night, which is very unusual for her. She is 0 for 4 on the night from free throws. As she'll now hit her first free throw in this set. Second free throw from her is off. Make that 1 for 6 on her on the night. Minute 15 left to go in the game. Skyhawks have to limit threes here now. Limit threes and limit turnovers, and they have this game in the bag. There's a 3 there, and that's going to be off as Shelby Velchop pulls it back in. They're trapping Elizabeth Lombardo, but she gets it to Cameron Velchop, who takes her across half court. And coach for the Chargers calls an intentionally foul. So we're going to send Harvest Day back to the line for 2. She's usually a good free throw shooter here as games round out. Her first free throw is off. Unusual free throw shooting tonight from the Skyhawks. Usually they are one of the top free throw shooting teams in the area, and tonight they have just been off. As Harvest's second free throw now goes in. We back up to double digits. Skyhawks just have to take care of the ball now and no more threes, and this game should easily be in the bag for them. As they get a steal here, good defensive possession, and that very might well be the game. As coach calls off and says no more fouls. fight here for the ball. As Skyhawks call a timeout to prevent the turnover. About 8 seconds difference in the shot and game clock. This game is pretty much over now. This has been a second quarter masterclass, or it's not second quarter, second half masterclass from Cameron Velchop so far. She has a double-double, 30 points, almost 15 rebounds now. And she has 6 blocks as well. She has been the biggest defensive force so far today and offensive force, as well as her sister, Shelby Velchop, who has 13 for herself and 5 blocks. But at the guard position defensively has been all Elizabeth Lombardo and Harvest Day, who both have several steals apiece, and both are in double digits when it comes to points now too. Elizabeth Lombardo will drive in, try a reverse layup, and that one's going to hit for her. She is now at 12 for the night. That is a season high for her. Harvest Day will just hold the ball to end this game, and that'll do it. Good dominant win by the Skyhawks to continue their win streak. They are on fire so far. Carl Sandberg came into this game on a win streak of themselves. They were on a 4-game win streak. Skyhawks won a 3-game win streak, and Carl Sandberg had the better record. But dominant win by Skyhawks. Again, your leading scorer for the game was Cameron Velchop. She had 30 and also 14 rebounds on double-double. She had several blocks for herself as well. We are going to take a short break before the men's game and be back soon.